Today is a good old-fashioned haul, y'all. Before I had taken a YouTube hiatus, I did have a little segment that I was working on, a series called Travel to Thrift. And I am including this as part of that series. This is going to be a Travel to Thrift WNC Western North Carolina edition. Hi Sequels friends, welcome back to my channel. As always, it is so wonderful to have you here today, and I really do appreciate you tuning in. If you happen to be new, my name is Heather and I'm a part-time reseller across various online platforms, and I like to use this YouTube channel to document my journey. So in previous Travels to Thrift videos, and I will go ahead and post that playlist down below if you're interested, I've gone to just over to Black Mountain, which is maybe half an hour east of me. I've gone to Charlotte. And today we're just going over, hop, skip, and a jump to Waynesville, North Carolina, which is just half an hour west here of Asheville. First up, we headed over to the old Haywood Fairgrounds, now called Smoky Mountain Event Center, to go to the January indoor flea market. We've never done this before. It says there's over 120 vendors in 2 different buildings. This is the one building, and people had some great dollar deals as well as some things at eBay prices, but I was pleasantly surprised with what we found. And fun fact, my partner Brent designed the bathrooms for this event center way back in the olden days when he was just a little lad at Tuscola High School. So I had to get his pictures with the bathrooms. There was one vendor I ended up buying 3 things from. They had some beautiful vintage items, and this is one of them because you guys know I can't resist any scarves. And it is just what appears to be a vintage Asian print scarf. Beautiful, beautiful blue and white. What is that called when it's blue and white dishes? Does that apply for this? I don't know. Let me know. With a lovely red border, and it is woven material, if you could see there, and it is a rolled hem. And I just thought that the colors were so beautiful and striking. It's an 18 by 18, so I think that's a little larger than like a handkerchief would be. So it is technically a scarf. And I just think it would be beautiful, even just simply tied on a handbag. I think she had her scarves listed $1 each, but I talked her down to 2 for $1 with serious negotiations. This one has a tag on it. It is 100% silk. It does have a rolled hem that appears to be hand stitched. I'm told that that means that it's a better quality as well. And I just think that the coloration is gorgeous in this silk scarf. Navy square with just a rainbow of colors. I absolutely love this. Now this sweatshirt caught my eye because I am trying to branch out and get a little bit more sports related thing. Obviously I have been very vocal about not knowing anything about sports, but when the price is right, I am willing to try things out, and the price was pretty nice on this. This is a University of Tennessee sweatshirt, but it is by Steve and Barry's Outfitters, and that is vintage. Now, I gotta be honest with you, I'm not happy with myself that I bought it because it is an extra small. I did not even look at the size. I just looked at the silhouette, and it looked to me like it was probably a medium. But it's not, it's an extra small. And in retrospect, I probably would not have picked up extra small as they are a little bit harder for me to sell. But this does seems to have a pretty decent resale value, and the condition is absolutely fabulous, like new. So the next item I got was from another booth of people who were selling men's clothing as well as jewelry. And this crisp white button-down shirt caught my eye. Not only, well, mostly it caught my eye because it was Western with pearlized buttons, and I know Western is a thing, but also it's a Ralph Lauren label. And I've never seen a Western Ralph Lauren shirt before, so I was kind of excited. So I'm happy to report that this one sold just days after listing, but really cool. Have you seen any of this Western wear from Ralph Lauren before? Let me know in the comments. It is a vintage 80s jean jacket. It is American Beauty, and it is a size large. 2 front chest pockets, almost like a dolman sleeve because of how oversized it is. little adjusters. And it's just an overall fabulous condition. Now I know I can never find jean jackets at the thrift. I'm in Asheville. I'm not the only one who thrifts. I'm not the only one who resells. I'm not the only one who resells vintage. So I can never ever find jean jackets at the thrift store. So I was excited to find this one, but I did pay up for it, and I paid up for it $15. So it's gonna be exciting to see if that pays off for me or not. When you see Fair Isle and vintage, you wanna run on over to it and see if it feels like wool, and it definitely does. There's no label or tag in here. I was told that it is handmade, and I don't really know enough to confirm if that's accurate. I was trying to look at the insides to see if you could tell. I don't really see stitching, but I also don't really know what to look for. So if you have some insights, drop them in the comment section below. But I just thought this is gorgeous. Lovely olive green, a little rolled cuff, detailing at the cuff and hem, Fair Isle detailing at the top, and these big silver buttons. And I'm listing it super high because it is wool and it is Fair Isle sweater. But I'm leaving a decent high-low range because I don't really know how much I can get for it, but I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And to be quite frank with you, if nobody wants it, I will be happy to take it. After we did all the damage we could, we headed on over to Second Season Thrift, and this is really becoming one of my favorite thrift stores in Waynesville. It's very petite little thrift store, but I have found some amazing pieces here, and as you can see from the signs, they do just a fixed dollar amount. So those men's t-shirts are $2.50, women's skirts are like $4, women's tops are $3.50. You could see some of the pricing up there. So it's very affordable. And then over here towards the front register, they have a small little section of designer items, but the pricing for those doesn't even go over $8 or $9. So I loved me a low cost thrift shop, and I have found so many vintage treasures in this store, and I just cannot wait to share with you what I found today. In fact, the cashier was so excited for my finds. You know you've hit the jackpot in a thrift store when the cashier looks at the items and she's like, oh, you found a really good item at a really nice price. And then she gets to the next one, she's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. You did really good. When you're hearing that, you know that you have yourself a nice little haul. So let me show you what I got. Just timeless piece that fits across various academia, rock and roll, preppy. It felt like a pickup. Having said that, it is just Wild Fable, but it is in a nice size extra large, and it also is new with tag, but it also only retailed for $19. So I think I listed this. I'll put you down below what I listed it for. I just thought it was cute, in great condition, and would be a quick flip. And then I picked up these two fabulous pleated midi skirts. They are both Lloyd of New York. One of them has the size in it, the other doesn't. They measure the same. They're both Lloyd of New York. So I really do think that they're both size 14, which equated more to like a current size 10, I believe, if I remember correctly. And it does have the Union label on it. The only thing that would have made this even more special was if it was wool, but it is polyester. But I wish I would have had this for holiday, because how stinking cute is that? With the red and green and a little touch of gold. This was fun because instead of being plaid, it is a houndstooth. Same thing with the same Lord of New York, like I told you. Oh, it did have the size tag on it, 14, but it did not have the care label and the fabric content on this one. Great movement, and aside from it being the houndstooth, what I also like is it's a neutral. So you have a white ground with a little bit of brown and a little bit of black. This reads very 90s aughts business to me. Pair this with a neutral turtleneck and some boots, and this is just gorgeous. Some big chunky gold jewelry, absolutely stunning. There's another item that I paid up for that I really hope pays off, but I mean, how could you say no? Not only are they animal print, they are calf hair, pony hair. I'll list below what it said online. Big chunky gold hardware. They are LA Canadian, which is a higher end brand, but I don't really know how it does resell because I wasn't finding a lot of information on it. They are made in Italy. They do look like they are in, I mean, they're in pretty good condition. There is a little bit of wear on the bottom, but the tops look fabulous. The insides look fabulous. And they are in a 39.5, and I ended up paying $12 for them. But if I can get what I think, then it was definitely worth the investment. What do you think? This is new with tag from Steinmart. Originally $275, but it's Steinmart pricing. If you don't know, it's like a TJ Maxx. It's like, you know, designer discounted. They had it for $149. It is Anne Klein. Let me take it off of Miss Manny Quinn here so I could show you some details. Klein. It is an extra large, which I was excited about. And then the fabric content is 60% wool and the rest polyester. So a wool blend. And it is in red, which is supposedly the color of the season. And I did tag it Valentine's Day to see if that would help move it in the next couple of weeks, but just absolutely fabulous. And this is what I paid for it. So I'm really excited to see how it does. Again, with this item, the pricing is all over the place. Some people are pricing it up as high as the $149. Some people have sold it for something like $30. As per usual, I'm gonna price it high and then lower the price, or if multiple people send me offers, take the offer that they send. I forgot to include that we did stop at Habitat, but we just stopped there to look for things for personal use. But I did find this book that I may end up selling. I'm not sure, but I thought that the comps and stuff were interesting, so I want to share it with you. I just thought it was a really neat looking book, and I like the cover, that it would be pretty to, you know, sit on a coffee table, whatever. But let me show you inside. I just, like I said, the cover and everything in the book itself was nice. I thought it would make a nice coffee table book. And I did some research on it when I came home. But I still have it in my collection at the moment because I'm not done reading it. And I may or may not attempt to sell it. As you can see, it's been around for some time. There's some discoloration on the front. There's some discoloration on this. It's a book all about photographers, and it tells the story of different photographers, their inspiration behind the different photography. And it's overall a really cool book. I thought this photographer was really cool, Max Maxwell, because if you remember at the beginning, it said that this book was copyrighted in 1969, and this looks like such an 80s kind of model print, and this looks like another very 80s print work, so it's kind of cool to see people who are on the forefront of those looks. Anyways, let me show you on eBay what the comps. Pull up eBay here, and we're going to put in the title of the book, The Famous Photographer Annual, and then we're going to include 1969 since that's the year edition that we have. And you can see that pricing is all over the place. This one doesn't have the cover for $19. This one does have the cover for $39. This one does not have the cover for $75, but it does look like they're signed. They're all first editions, it looks like. And then if you go to sold, to make it even more confusing, I was just scrolling down there to let you know that's all there was. And then if you go to sold, to make it even more confusing, only one has sold for $7.95. So not really sure this is worth anything, but it's a great addition to my collection. And our last stop of the day is the Salvation Army. I have been a Salvation Army girl for at least 25 plus years. Back when I lived in Florida, I'd complain that Goodwill was raising their prices. Little did I know what 2024 would have to offer. So we went in here and found some deals, but I had to show you two cute little items. I regret not getting this. How adorable would this be to put out for fall? Leaf peepers do it topless. I'm telling you, I thought that was hilarious. And then when looking for the shoes, I found these big old bear claw slippers. I mean, half the fun of thrifting is the weird things you don't get. First up, not super exciting. They're just some basic flats, and they are bear traps. Can you see that right there? Buttery soft leather. That brand isn't really something that I would normally pick up, but given that they were a size 7.5, the cost was right, and that they are in navy blue leather, I figured it was worth its while. I've done really well with navy blue leather shoes and handbags, as I know that that's kind of a bit harder to find. And then when I was at the shoes, I had to grab these as well. Oh my gosh, I think I had this exact same pair of shoes when I had just gotten out of college in my first corporate job. They are Bakers. They were not the same because they weren't Bakers. They were probably Payless. But the silhouette was exactly the same. Nice, tall, chunky heel. I guess I would say an ankle, mid-calf, square toe, and an easy zip to get in and out of. Really, really lovely. Little, very, very little wear. They are a size 7, very wearable. They are genuine leather. They are made in Brazil. And our only concerns is a little bit of wear on the toes. I thought that this was cute, and I gotta be honest, I thought it was vintage because it is Christopher and Banks. It is a hand embroidered. I just like the black ground with the fun little pom-pom, colorful pom-poms, cow neck detail. Nice knit sweater, but look what I figured out. It actually says 2005 in the inside, which I wouldn't have suspected with that label and everything, and it's saying made in Hong Kong, but it is 2005, so it's not vintage, but it's still cute. My partner picked this up. He has done well finding sportswear, hiking wear, snow wear, and all that kind of stuff for me. I told him to make sure we looked it all over. It looked good, only to get home to figure out it's sewn together. I don't know. I haven't investigated it further. I've just been doing other things because, you know, anything that needs any work on it ends up getting put in a pile. I'm assuming that the zipper has come off the run. There is a little bit of pulling here that just needs to be stitched down. If I realized that it had this, I would not have picked it up, especially for $8. But I have. So we're going to see if it's repairable. If it is, fabulous. I might be able to get some money for it. And if it's not, I will likely put it on for a ridiculous price, just to recoup my $8. But overall, ski suits like this do perform well, especially during this season, and the colorations and everything are fun and spot on. But always reminder, double check your stuff. Even if you check it when you put it in your cart, pull over to the side, double check all of it again. This is Ralph Montanero. What's it say? Blanche. It's 2-piece. Lovely sleeve, robe with a belt, lots of beautiful lace detail, and then it also has a nightgown, chemise underneath with beautiful detail. It's just made of polyester. It's not silk or anything, but there's that Union label. Union made in the USA. It is a small, I believe, because it says the P on it. It fits Miss Manny Quinn, and she's a size 6. I'll pop up a picture here because, oh, she looks gorgeous in it. When I purchased this, there was blood on the back and blood on the bottom. And OxyClean stain remover got that out. So I was willing to take the risk on that given the price. And this is another item where the pricing is all over the place. So if you guys have any insights as to where you think that range would be, go ahead and let me know. Not something that's really in my wheelhouse, but it's calling to me, so I got it. Cobblestone Canyon, made in the USA. This looks old. This is made in the USA. This is cozy teddy bear warm wear. So I figured I'd give it a try. And I'm holding out on you to hold it up because look, it's got doggies all over it. How stinking cute. A little bit of Aztec print. All sorts of dogs too. Not like just one breed of dogs. All sorts of dogs. Nice pockets. Big oversized teddy bear comfort. And yeah, those doggos are on the other side too. I don't know. It was calling to me. And I think I'm glad that it did because the resale value looks pretty decent. You got to see what my cost and the retail ranges were for each piece. Overall, I spent $92.94, approximately $30-some at each location. Because I did pay up for those several items, that brings my average cost for this retail haul to $5.16. And overall, my range of gross projections came in at $689 to $1,058. That range is significant because the lingerie and the coat, like I said, prices are all over the place. Not really sure what we're going to get. But for a fun afternoon thrifting with my partner and spending just $100 with the chance to make potentially $700 to $1,000, definitely worth its time. So what do you guys think? What's your favorite piece? Are you interested in a little bit more of a shop with me, thrift with me type of video? Then please let me know in the comment section. Give me that motivation and bring that camera out in public and do it because I think that it would be a lot of fun. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. And you guys have a fabulous day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.